Welcome to Defeat Your Cravings, hosted by Dr. Glenn Livingston, PhD. Glenn has held his doctorate in psychology for more than 30 years and is also a former multi-million-dollar consultant to the big food industry and uses his experience to help you defeat your cravings. This show will help you to focus on dramatically reducing cravings and leave the diet mentality behind, so you can more easily and effortlessly achieve your health, fitness, and body composition goals. Please remember, no doctor-patient relationship is created via this show, and you are responsible for confirming any changes to your diet, health, or psychological routines with an appropriately licensed professional before implementing them. Now, before we get started, if you haven't yet downloaded the free smartphone app to access dozens of these recordings all in one place, as well as to avail yourself of a confidential community for support, motivation, and assistance, please visit the podcast link on defeatyourcravings.com as soon as possible. And now, here's your host, Dr. Glenn Livingston.
Hey, it's the very good Dr. Glenn Livingston, and I am here with Mary, who is a kind-hearted woman that's agreed to share some of her experiences as a coaching client and as a reader and an implementer. I thought we'd just dig right into it. So, Mary, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Well, tell me your story. When did your food troubles start? How did it help? What's missing? Tell me the whole thing.
My food problems started as a child. In 1967, when I was 20, I weighed 250 pounds. I was in nursing school and I lost 150 pounds. 10 years, it took me to gain it back. 84, I'm up to 300. I lost 100 pounds. Took me 10 years to gain it back. 2005, I was up to 332 pounds. I lost 147 pounds and stayed at 189 for 10 years. And then I gained it back at 250. And that's when I met your book. And I really didn't think I binged. So I read the book. I thought, that's pretty cool, but I don't know if a pig is real. I don't know if that's real.
That's what you thought originally.
Yeah, it is. It is. So I had lost about 10 pounds. And then I bought the workbook, lost about 10 more pounds. And it was when I did the intensive that I lost a whole bunch more. But in between, I found a way of giving myself motivation with clothes.
Yeah, people were telling me about that. You're all the rage of the forums. Tell me what you're doing.
I'm 73. Because of the lifelong losing weight, gaining weight, it took me 5 months when I was reading the book to lose 10 pounds. Super slow. But when I lost that 10 pounds, when I went from 246 to 236, I bought myself a dress. Great. And then I said, I know, since I lost 10 pounds, I'll buy myself something else really nice, but I'll buy it one size smaller. Instead of a 24, I bought it 22. When it arrived, I didn't open it. I wrote 229 on the box where I could see it every day. Then I cut out cards and I put 29 on them. I didn't put 229 because I didn't want anybody to see how much I weighed. So I just put 29 on them and I put them in the refrigerator, in the bedroom, by the fireplace, in the office, in a drawer. On the refrigerator one, I had an actual picture of this beautiful designer dress I bought. Can't believe I spent $100 on something I couldn't wear, but I did. And that time it took me 3 months to lose 10 pounds.
Okay. That's not bad, by the way.
You know how it is when you think you want to lose weight faster?
Yeah.
So I weigh myself every day. I have a scale that is called a Tanita, Tanita, and it's an Ironman type. And what it does is you have 4 people that can use it. You put your number 1 in and you put your age and your height and whether you're male or female. And then when you get on it every day, it will tell you how much you weigh with a digital readout. It'll tell you your percent of body fat, your percent of water, how much your bones weigh, how much abdominal fat you have, how much muscles weigh. I'm 5'10". I thought I had really heavy bones. 6.2 pounds is not a lot.
That's interesting.
I started out, but it tells me exactly what I was going up or down. So at any rate, I decided that it took too long to get to open the box of the nice dress. So I started going to an internet site that had bigger ladies' clothes, and I watched for super sale. And there was a super sale sometimes that was like 70% off clearance stuff. I bought 20s and 18s and $69 pair of jeans for $5. So I bought a 20, an 18, and a 16. And I had a 20 box, an 18 box, and a 16 box when I could get them that cheap.
This is brilliant. This is brilliant. I see where you're going.
Not that many places have nice clothes for women that are 3X, okay? So I would go to number 1, the outlet, if they had one. Number 2, clearance. Number three, I'd go from price of low to high, going to low. And then I would put in my size. And then I would see what they had. And if it was something that I liked, I didn't buy clothes I don't like. I bought really nice stuff that I would like. Right now, if I turn the video on, I could show you a box I have. I went from 24, 28s to 22s to 20s to 18. And now I'm a 16 top, but an 18 bottom. I'm shaped like a pear.
You set up a motivational stepladder for yourself with very specific rewards that made you happy and could look forward to step by step.
Yes. Right now I'm working on 199. Monday, I get a nice, beautiful, soft surroundings, $150 dress that I was able to buy for $40. It's a size 16, and I can have it when I hit 199 2 days in a row. I hit 199 on Monday, but the rest of the week I've been 200. I hit 199.8 today, but I can't have it until I have it 2 days in a row. I know I will eventually get there. It doesn't matter how long it takes.
Wow, that's so exciting.
It's my motivation. And the little box I have a box here of size 16 clothes, even 16 pants. And eventually I'll get into them. I have the box marked into little squares. And when I lose a pound 2 days in a row, I get something out of the inexpensive box, not a biggie box. Right now I'm waiting for the Black Friday so I can buy some size 14s.
It's so cool. You know, what's really neat about it is that you're dimensionalizing your big why and bringing it into the present moment. You know, a lot of times we look at what's the motivation to stay on your food plan for a year or 5 years? How will your life be different? And we go into tremendous emotional depth about everything that people want. And a lot of it has to do with clothing. Almost everybody, women anyway, they talk to me about a little black dress that's hanging in their closet that they wish they could get into. This is very motivating. But the problem with all that is that it feels like it's way in the future. And what I really like about what you're doing is that you're projecting the future into the present. You've figured out how to make life by the inch is a cinch. So you've figured out how to go step by step and get real concrete evidence that your big why is coming to pass. You know, you step into that dress, you step into those jeans, you look at yourself in the mirror, you take pictures, you can share them. Your big why is coming to life, that you're actually making it happen and you can see it in real life. So kudos to you. I think that's phenomenal.
Well, I have a little why, which is I want to live longer. I'm 73. I'd love to live to be 83. Thinner people live longer than morbidly obese people, which is what I was.
There aren't that many really old obese people.
No, unfortunately, and that's my major motivation. I want to live longer, but I also want to live better. I have family that's 400 pounds in a wheelchair, diabetic, and they've all died young. Or no, they haven't all died young, but some of them have a really reduced quality of life.
It's so sad, isn't it?
It's my family genetics or whatever environment, who knows, but I'm not for sure. But I have the regular why and I have the expanded why. I read my big why every single morning, and every single morning I write an RFT and an evidence of success. And I also read something 2 times a day because I don't want to lose my momentum.
Mary, you get an A super plus, an A double plus for you.
Oh, thank you. I give you one too, because I'm a person that's dieted my whole life and I'm not on a diet now. I love my food plan.
That's what I wanted to ask you. So you told me this story that you've lost and gained 100 pounds like 4 times. So how do you know? I know this is a tough question, and I think you're just starting to answer it, but how do you know that this is the last time that you're losing the weight? What's different this time? How are you going to keep it?
I already knew why, and the why I've gained weight doesn't matter or impact me now, but I've learned tools that I can use. I'm not on a diet. This is my plan. This is how I choose to eat, and I recognize that lousy, no good pig. Sneaky uses 2 and 3 at a time, but I'm stronger now. I do have to ask some questions about when I get to my goal, which is 179 pounds. I think my answer is going to be, I slowly add what I call Plan B food. I have found that once a month, a conditional rule, that I can have 1 serving of a Plan B food once a month. That is 1 serving of either corn, beans, rice, or potato. And I've been able to do that 3 or 4 times and not start binging or anything or go off my plan. So that could be a way of seeing where I can stay the same. But do I think I will ever be able to eat sugar again? Honestly, after 450 pounds of losing and gaining, I don't think so. I think sugar is not part of my future, just the way chocolate's not part of yours. I'm an
Yeah.
addict.
Yeah. Well, you know what, though? There's no nutritional need for sugar in the diet. You can get it from other places, healthy, natural places.
Oh, I have lots of neat things that I make with a little bit of stevia and some wonderful recipes.
And there's no doctor that's going to say you're really not getting enough white sugar. If you don't get more white sugar, I have to put you in the hospital.
No.
You know that this is permanent because you're not on a diet, because this is your plan and your rules. You know that it's permanent because you have more tools. Say more about that. What are the tools that you have that make you feel more solid about keeping the weight off this time?
The tools are the RFTs. I have found that they're repetitive. I have an RFT for I deserve to eat something. No, I don't. I'm unfortunately one of those people that can't have both. I deserve to live longer. I deserve to be healthier. I deserve to be able to walk with a lightness of being that I had not had in so long I forgot what it was like. That's what I deserve. My tools are the taste, it's temporary. I write good future. I want that good future. I do not want to die young. I want to live to be old and be a real source of irritation to my children.
Good.
So my tools are the things that you've given me, but you gave me the knowledge. But if somebody doesn't apply it, if I don't apply it and keep applying it, I will lose my focus.
I think you mean RTRs, not RFTs.
Yes.
Yeah. Refutation is where you figure out how the pig is getting you to eat, and then you find the very specific illogical thought and disempower it.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Do you want to share some of your other major real-time refutations with people like when they hear those? What do you do if your pig says you can just start again tomorrow?
Oh, he uses that. And I only have to take care of now. I have messed it up enough in the past. So past doesn't matter. Future is just another now. All I have to do is control what I stick in my mouth right now. And if I do a little bit, I know if I do a little bit, if I eat that piece of cheesecake, I'm like with Lay's potato chips. I can't eat just one. I know it. I've lost 450 pounds and I've regained. I'm playing. Tomorrow I will have bigger cravings. The pig will get stronger. I will get weaker. It will damage my self-confidence. I could even gain some weight and not get back in my beautiful clothes, which you can't buy beautiful clothes when you're a 4X or 3X. So
that's terrific. What do you do when the pig says it's going to be too awkward socially? You're going to be a pariah. You're not going to fit in at restaurants and out to dinner with friends and family and holidays. How do you refute that?
My personality is not one that worries a whole bunch about what other people think. On the other hand, most people are only concerned with themselves. Not that they don't care about other people, but their primary concern is it okay to eat this cake if you're here? Or I simply use a tool you gave me in that I find something that they can give me that is okay. Well, I sure like that tea, or I asked to borrow something. I tell them that my doctor told me that if I want to live a longer and healthier life, that wouldn't be good for me to eat. But that doesn't mean it's not okay for them. And it doesn't bother me because I have other really good stuff.
Cool. Very cool. What about when your pig says that you're genetically doomed, that this stuff works for other people, but your parents and your family have 400-pound people in them and you just don't have the genes to be a thin person. You should just give up and be a happy fat person. What do you tell the pig when it says that?
We have already had that discussion, Pig and I. And I lived that way for a lot of years, trying to be a happy fat person. And you know what? I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
The thing is, yeah, I might have a degree of genetics, but it's also environment. And for me, it's what I put in my mouth and how much I'm active versus sedentary. Now, understand I'm 73 years old. I'm not running a marathon.
Yeah.
But I have gone from no exercise whatsoever to being able to do 5 minutes. And then the next month it was 7 minutes a day. Then the next month it was 10 minutes a day. And then now I'm up to 22 minutes a day. I only increased like 2 or 3 minutes a month, but I'm 73. This is not marathon running body and I'm feeling better. And so it's how much I put in, how much I expend. And it's not just the amount of food for me, it's the type. Carbohydrates I am sensitive to.
Got it. One of the things that I've heard people say, which really helps when you're taking your pig's genetic argument, is that if you can find even one example of a thin person that came from heavy parents, then you can say if one man can do it, so can another. Or if one woman can do it, so can another. And the truth is that these studies suggest that it's less than half of the variance that's accounted for in obesity has to do with genetics. So genetics gives you the potential to be obese. Like there are some people who can eat whatever they want to and they just never gain weight. One day I'm going to round up all those people and shoot them, but there's some people that are genetically gifted like that. And then there are people like you and I who could gain 100 pounds. But the key word there is could. We have the potential to be like that. That doesn't mean we have to be like that. You've got to add in the bad food. You got to add in the consistency with the bad food. You got to add in the bad environment and bad thinking.
That's the difference that your tools has made for me. I remember a couple of years ago, I went 3 months, and for those 3 months, I ate 500 calories a day. I was literally almost starving myself. I didn't lose more than 1 pound in 3 months of 500 calories. And I decided that wasn't it. It's not the amount of calories I eat. It must be a combination. And that's where your tools helped me so much to be able to figure out my food plan. I love my food plan. I have lots of wonderful food that I enjoy. I am not 500 calories, but I'm eating good and I'm losing weight. But it's limited carbohydrate. But I have lots of wonderful food.
What happens when your pig says that you're going through too much stress, too much emotional discomfort, that you need pig slop as the only way to comfort yourself?
He did that today, and that I was nervous about this interview. I got a headache, and I knew it was him. He told me that if I ate some pancakes, it would be all better.
Of course.
And so I took 2 aspirin and a cup of tea, and I made myself a 1/4 cup of cottage cheese mixed with some fat-free yogurt, which is one of my delicious treats for myself. Ate that slowly, and then I distracted myself with making some jewelry, and voila, my headache was gone, and I didn't eat a pancake or break my diet, and here I am without a headache. Hi, Glenn.
And so proud of yourself. Hello. Hello. What about when your pig says you always quit? What do you do then?
The past is past. I have new tools, new ways of doing things. I only have to take care of now. I don't care about the past. And the future, will I lose my focus? Not if I keep doing, and I intend to keep doing, the things that make me healthy, which is my plan, saying out loud my big why, and my reading of the MBA, and going to the safety net and the podcasts. So the answer is no. I only have to take care of what I stick in my mouth right now. What I did this morning, did I eat pancakes? No. I had cottage cheese and yogurt. It was fine. Now.
The live support groups have been helpful to you?
Oh, yes. I'm not one that relates real well to writing. I did the emails because that was part of the program. And my coach is wonderful. I'm more comfortable talking. Yes, I've had problems and they've dealt with it. You particularly are especially capable of teasing out issues by questions and helping a person self-realize what's going on.
And I run a couple of the support groups every week.
You do Mondays at 9:30 in my time zone.
Central time, yeah, 9:30 Central time. It won't always be that time, so depending upon when you're hearing this, we rotate things around because we live on a round planet. We have clients all over the world, but right now it is Mondays at 9:30. That's true, Central time. Mary, is there any other element of your success I didn't get to ask you about? You know, there's a lot of people out there that really don't believe this is possible for them. A lot of people that are feeling hopeless and they're listening with a third ear in the background thinking, gee, maybe, but they don't really believe it. And they're horribly depressed and they're just feeling crushed under a pile of bags and boxes and containers. Is there anything else you would tell them about your success or how to pick themselves up and make it happen?
It hasn't just helped me with my weight. It's helped me with my self-confidence. I tend to be an introvert. It has helped me work on myself to be more social. It's helped me to be more active. So it's helped me physically, it's helped me mentally, it's helped me weight-wise. What would I tell them? Don't give up on yourself. Don't be afraid to try something new. And as strange as some of these things sound that you talk about when you first come up with them, I really like the intensives where you had the cartoons and the printed out, because I printed all of that out as you did it and put it in a little book, which is part of what I look at daily. So I get part of the intensive frequently.
I'm honored. That's part of how I got better also, by the way. I would get pieces and parts that I would read from different books. And I would record notes for myself and listen to them every day. And I would take notes in a journal. And then I'd make summary sheets and super summary sheets. And I'd make illustrations. And you're following the same path that I did. And I wouldn't be surprised if you invent some new things down the road.
Well, I wanted to tell you for just a second, if it's okay, about my husband.
Yeah.
Well, when we got married, we were the same weight. Well, I was 200 and he was 250. Okay, so I've lost 50 pounds. So he is a sweetie. He's more than that. But what I want to tell you was I suggested to him about the clothes motivation, and now he has a 48, a 47, and a suit that he bought himself for 45 pounds. And it tickles me that he is now motivated on his own to use some of these techniques.
Oh, he's using your stepladder motivation with the clothing.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
That's so cool.
Motivation with the clothing, and he has asked if he can look at the workbook that I bought.
That is so cool. That is so cool. So you're inspiring people.
It's important that people do it if they want to, not be pushed by a spouse.
You know, you lead by example, and the people that love you, they almost can't help but come along. If you try to convince them because it's right and you need their company, you almost always wind up in a locked horns position, and they dig even deeper into their position. So good for you. You led by example, and he said, I want what she's doing. And I want to do what she's doing. Yeah, and
it's up to him. I love him exactly the way he is, but whatever floats his boat.
You'll both be healthier, right?
And live longer. Yeah.
You'll live longer together. I vote for that. So is there anything else that I should have asked you that I didn't?
No. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for sharing this. I wouldn't be surprised if you get some more people telling you that they want to go shopping for a stepladder or clothing motivation.
Big Friday sale is coming. Black Friday.
Mary, thank you so much, dear. I think this was truly inspiring. I hope you'll keep posting on things. I wouldn't mind following up with you in 6 months and seeing how things are going. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And that brings us to the end of today's broadcast of Defeat Your Cravings, hosted by Dr. Glenn Livingston. Now, if you'd like to find out more about the products and services Dr. Glenn offers to help you dramatically reduce your cravings and stop overeating in 90 days or less, please visit defeatyourcravingscoaching.com. That's defeatyourcravingscoaching.com. Thanks.